All right, welcome back to Buck What You Heard. My name is Gene. You can reach me at Buck What You Heard. Shout out to everybody from Bucks Report. Whether you're on YouTube, if you are on YouTube and you're not subscribed to Bucks Report, hit that like button and let's get them some likes. The more people that we get involved with the Bucks Report community to actually get Bucks Report up over 1,000 views, there's a lot more that we can actually do. So please, if you get a chance, hit that like button, smash the subscribe, just and help us out here as we are trying to really evolve with everything that's going on. First and foremost, I do want to shout out the Tampa Bay Lightning, back-to-back champions. Champa Bay, it's just so exciting. And in honor of that, I'm wearing my, of course, Nikolai Habibulin, who happens to be my guy. But I will be getting a Vasi jersey. It's got to happen. That guy is nothing short of amazing. And I don't think the Lightning win without him. And again, my name is Gene, and I do want to welcome you to the most unprofessional show on Bucks Report, Buck What You Heard. And we're definitely going to be taking your calls tonight. 813-358-8154. As a matter of fact, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to make this even better. Let's get that number across there. And let me get that phone line up here so we're ready to roll. And I am monitoring. I got my good eye on the phone line. I do want to hear from you. It's kind of a slow time right now for the NFL season, but I do want to get your calls. I do want to hear from you guys. It was really interesting. I gave away a Smack Apparel t-shirt. On Wednesday on the show with KB, and somebody called me after the show and they were like, "Hey, I didn't like the way you were asking the questions, and you should have asked the questions this way," and blah blah bloggity bloggity. And I'm really hoping to hear from you guys tonight. If there's something that I can do to make the show more enjoyable, I want to hear from you. This is a fan-centric show. I need, and that's what's going to drive the show is what you guys think. And it's not so much what I think. I'll put it out there, but at the end of the day, it's what the fans, what the listeners want to hear, what the listeners want to talk about, and I think that's what's important. Just being back in Tampa was just a beautiful thing for me. We got to go to the, this time last week, I was smashed. We were watching the Lightning game. And, I got to hang out with, shout out to Ruth the Truth and my man, Michael Pless. Love you guys. Thank you so much for really having a good time and getting out there and just interacting with the Bucks faithful, the Bolts faithful. And, I'm excited. This is a beautiful thing. And, I've never seen Tampa as sports centric. I use the word centric a lot. I'm going to throw that out there. But I feel like, this was awesome. This is great to see fans really getting out there and getting involved. Hey, David Mosier, I really would love to have you call in 813-358-8154. I'd love to hear from you. I think that's what it's all about. What a 365 days in Tampa sports. What are you, you were spot on. You got two Stanley Cups and a Lombardi trophy here in Tampa within that period of time. And you cannot not be excited. And one thing that I remember, just in Tampa is that Tampa sports has not always been the best. But now you got people wearing Lightning jerseys. I've seen so many Lightning hats. I've seen Buccaneers gear. We're not even close to football season. Well, we actually are. But just all the great experiences that I had. I'm proud of Tampa. It's one of those things. I've got my Buccaneer flag, and it's just one of those things. I am 100% excited about Tampa and everything that's going on with Tampa, and you cannot not be excited. Shout out to Bucks Report. Shout out to Smack Apparel. Smack Apparel has been killing the game with amazing Lightning gear, amazing Buccaneer gear, and we're progressing, and it's just only going to get better. So I'm happy with everything that's going on. David Mosier, let me put this up here, right around listening to you through the headphones, chiming in when I can. Hey, David, I just want to let you know, thank you so much for chiming in. Chris Forbes, thank you so much for taking the opportunity, because you know what's funny? It's easy to just listen to a show. It's easy. But when you can interact with the show, that's what makes the show that much better. And I appreciate the listeners. And I want I want you to understand this is genuine, because you guys drive the shows. You guys drive the views. If you don't like what I'm saying, you know what? You can go listen to something else, or you can go. But I want to literally, I do want to hear from you guys. I want to know, hey, Gene, why aren't you talking about this? Why aren't you doing this? And that's where that's how I drive the show is based on what people are talking about or what people are saying. And I really haven't gotten a chance to really do this too much, but I need to get back to, making you guys the focal point of the show, because without you, the show just doesn't move like it should. So, we're getting closer to camp, and I'll fresh up. I normally wear a hat, and I think that's the big part of it right there. Is normally you see me in a hat, but got my Lightning jersey on, and I don't have my Lightning hat. I don't know what I did with it, but it's out there somewhere. But I just want to give props to Tampa and what they've done. 3 Stanley Cups, bro. I mean, what can you say? And for everybody that says that Tampa is not a Lightning town or not a hockey town, here you go, right here. So again. So I do want to put a question out here to you guys, and I think I touched on it a little bit on Wednesday, but I want to get your thoughts on this. Who are you looking forward to seeing this NFL season with your world champion Tampa Bay Buccaneers? For me, I know I mentioned Tristan Wirfs, Levante David. Another guy that I really want to see take that next step is Vita Vea. I love Vita Vea. I love what Vita Vea has been to this team since he was drafted, and I want to see what this team does. I mean, I want to see what he does. Does he take it to the next level? Levante David has been a monster since he came out of the University of Nebraska, and he came in, and he's just been nothing short of amazing. And I think the one thing that's really hurt Levante David's career is the wins and losses. But Levante David has consistently been good. And the same, I want to take the time to shout out Jason Light as well. Jason Light has been incredible. I know that he's had some misses, 2016, but you know what? We have a Lombardi trophy here in Tampa, and I think that covers up a multitude of sins. So shout out to Jason Light. I love what you're doing. Monty Kiffin, hey, there you go. To me, Levante David is Derek Brooks 2.0. I think Levante David is his own beast. And what I mean by that is Levante David creates turnovers, punching the ball out, stripping the ball, having a nose for the ball, being where the ball is. I love Derek Brooks. I was there to watch Derek Brooks live I don't know how many times as a season ticket holder back then. But to see Levante David, to see that you're not surrounded by that supporting cast and you're still going out and playing at a high level. I love Levante David. I just don't think he gets the credit he deserves. And he's one of those players. You have 2 different types of players. You have a good player that played on a bad team, and you have an incredible player that played on a bad team that made himself even more elevated. And I think that with Levante David, we see that you surround him with the right players, he's elevated his game. I'm excited to see that right there. Robert Horton, I can't agree with you more. I am praying that the football gods give OJ Howard a full season. I am just dying to see what OJ Howard can do 100% healthy throughout a full season, not where we see him and he's building up and then he gets injured, or he's playing at a high level and then he gets injured. We want to see what OJ Howard can do. I think I got Levante David on the brain. OJ Howard, I want to see what he does with a full season. I mean, we saw glimpses of it last year and how he worked with Tom Brady, and I would just love to see what he can do. He's a guy that we haven't, as Bucs fans, and you can go on Bucs Twitter or Bucs Facebook or wherever you want to look. a lot of people have not really been talking about OJ Howard. And I believe that if you've got a guy that's 100% healthy, he's got the physical tools. It's just being able to stay on the field and do what he needs to do. So that's a guy, Robert, I'm right there with you with that. Another guy that I really cannot wait to see is Antoine Winfield Jr. Does he make that leap to the next level? And, do we see even more market improvement from a guy that looked like a veteran in his rookie year? And what does he do from here? How does he, what does he do to as an encore for the performance we saw from him? Because there were several times that we saw Antoine Winfield Jr. that he made plays that, changed the direction of a game. So yeah, definitely that's another person that I want to see, and we'll see how that all works out. Again, 813-358-8154. If you're listening and you have an opportunity to call in, please call in. I'd love to have you on. You can sit here and co-host with me as long as you want to. Let's make that happen. David Mosier, you're right. Antoine Winfield Sr. prepared him right for the game. And, we always talk about here on Buck What You Heard, check up from the neck up. This kid has it. He genuinely has it. And I expect nothing but bigger things from him. I think that, with him being 100% healthy, off season gave him a chance to heal. And I think his shoulder's 100%. I think he's going to come out and he's going to be a monster personally. I think, with a year under Todd Bowles' defense, a year playing with the same team, the same core team, nothing's going to stop him from doing better outside of injuries, knock on wood. So he's another guy that I'm looking forward to seeing. Devin White. Devin White is a guy that, we all, what you have with a Devin White. Devin White was that guy that made you forget about Quan Alexander. I mean, that's just how good he was. We love what we saw from Quan Alexander, but this guy came out and he's done nothing but improve as he's been playing as a Tampa Bay Buccaneer. And what we saw from him after COVID, he just took his game to another level. So he's another guy that I cannot wait to see what he can do. Somebody that another name that we really haven't mentioned that I do like the acquisition, and I cannot wait to see what he brings to this team is Giovanni Bernard. Giovanni Bernard is a guy that we know he's got nice hands. I mean, if you go back and look at his film when he's healthy, the pass blocking, he's the total package. I really believe that he's going to be a big, he's going to benefit from Tom Brady and Gronk and that offensive line and Byron Leftwich and just that whole offensive scheme, Bruce Arians. And I think he's a guy that's definitely going to help this team. And he's somebody that it's an upgrade from who we had with a Shady McCoy. So here's a guy that I feel like he's going to come in and contribute right off the rip. So here's another guy that you really, you kind of have to look forward to. Again, that number, 813-358-8154. Be sure to call in. Love to hear from you. The line is open. And, what's your thoughts on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers here on a Champa Bay? I say Champa Bay. I'm buying into that with your Tampa Bay Lightning winning in a dominant fashion the way they did. And now you've got the Tampa Bay Buccaneers potentially lined up to do something similar. And it's not outside the realm of possibility that they can actually make this happen. So again, the question again in the chat, I'd love to hear from you guys, is who are you looking forward to seeing this season from the Tampa Bay Buccaneers? Who's somebody that you saw maybe they got hurt, or somebody that really didn't get the reps you felt like they deserved, somebody that you cannot wait to see how they're going to contribute to Tampa going in to defend this championship that they have. They went out and won and beat a team that they weren't supposed to beat. All right. Hey, Christopher Cole, what's going on, my friend? Um, I know you probably just joined us, but we are talking about right now, who do you want to see? Who's that one player for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers that you want to see this year and see what they're capable of doing? Um, Again, you can call in that number 813-358-8154. Please feel free to call in. I'd love to hear from you. And let's make this show fun, you know. Bud Cannibalist, my guy. I love hearing from you. Besides the whole team, CD3, let's see what he does. Yeah. That's another guy we haven't really talked a lot about. And I think that he's somebody that we do need to mention because he's an integral part of that defense and we have to bring him up. Brandon Green, what's happening? OJ Howard and Gronk will be dangerous. You know what? Uh, there's this the new phrase here on Buck What You Heard, and I want to thank Michael Pless at Real Bucks Talk is wide ass open. And I know you guys remember Bruce Arians as a commentator, and Bruce Arians said that guy was wide ass open. When you look at this Buccaneers wide receiver room and this tight end room, you got some players that are going to be wide ass open, and that's the phrase right here. And I want to see that in the chat from now moving forward. Shout out to Real Bucks Talk, wide ass open, because that's what we're looking at right now. Is what are they? That offense and what they're going to do or what they're capable of doing with the year playing together under their belt. David Mosier, Jamel, talking about Jamel Dean. I think he was our best corner last season during the regular season. You know what, David, I love that. That's what I'm talking about. Players like that we really haven't gotten a chance to talk about. What are your thoughts on Tyler Johnson? Is Tyler Johnson that guy? Is that somebody that you feel like can come in and contribute to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers offense? And what about Keyshawn Vaughn? I mean, I know we talk about we talk about the running back room that the Bucks have as starters with Ronald Jones and playoff, Lombardi Lenny. But here's a guy that can come in and also potentially contribute to this Buccaneers team as well. And again, I'm going to put that number back out there, 813-358-8154. Love to hear from you guys. But I think what really hurt Keyshawn Vaughn last year was the fact that there was no preseason, there was no camp, there was no rookie camp, there were no OTAs. He's a guy that I'm willing to take a step back and let's see what he does. That's just going to be kind of how I look at it. What is Keyshawn Vaughn going to do, with the opportunities that he has now? Will he come in and show that, possibly he can steal some reps from somebody? And it's just a good place to be for a player like that, where you can come in and either just kind of rest and get those mental reps, because we know what's coming next year with free agency and with not being able to retain all of your players next year. I mean, you might be able to, but realistically, this is a guy, he's got an opportunity to do more than what we saw last year. And again, with the large number of coaches, with the larger than normal camp, being able to come out there and show what you can do and put yourself in a position to win. My whole thing here, I don't care who's on the field. If they're helping the Buccaneers to win, that's what it's all about right there. To me, at the end of the day, is wins and losses. I love, me, I love Ronald Jones. And I know a lot of people don't like Ronald Jones like I do. But again, here's a guy if he can come in and help the Tampa Bay Buccaneers win games, that's who you want on your team. That's what you're looking for. That's what you need to see right there. And Carl Hardy, I'm sorry I missed this, but again, OJ Howard, I want to see OJ Howard stay healthy. I mean, you drafted this guy in the first round where you did. I just want to see if he can stay healthy for a whole season. I think he's going to be a monster. I think he's somebody that defensive coordinators are going to have to plan for, is OJ Howard. You're going to have to. Just like Gronk. He's got the physical tools. He's an incredible blocker, and I just want to see him used more, if healthy, as an offensive weapon, because I think that he can be a difference maker as well. So let's see. Oh, this is a good one right here. David Mosher. I'd like to see more of Tyler Johnson because it's not going to say he's good or bad based on 17 H's. That's my whole point. I think the more exposure some of these players get in camp, in preseason, and if they're able to maximize their opportunities when they're on the field, you can't help but be excited for this team. Because I mean, you brought back all your starters, and you've got guys right now that are depth pieces that are really fighting to get more playing time. So, I'm excited about it either way. It's really a place that the Tampa Bay Buccaneers have never been here before. It's never been, you win a Super Bowl, you bring back your starters, you are competitive for the next season, and you're setting yourself to do something even more incredible. So the Bucs have never been in this position. I don't believe there are very many teams in the NFL that have been in this position where they've brought back all their starters and put themselves in a position salary cap wise to go out and be even better than what they were the year before. So this is great, and I'm really looking forward to this season even more so. All right. Joe Tryon. There we go. There's another name that Bud, I'm right there with you too, man. Joe Tryon. Here's a guy that, he was drafted, and I remember the draft, and there was kind of mixed reviews. Some people were happy with the move, other people were like, you could have drafted somebody else, you could have picked somebody else up. Let's see what he does. Here's another guy. I want to see what he does. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers, historically, and I'm only going, let's go back to 2003, historically have not consecutively addressed the defensive line. It just hasn't happened. It's been one of those things where it's kind of a rudderless ship. I mean, if you look at Bruce Allen and John Gruden, they really didn't have a true direction they wanted to go with the team. They really didn't. I mean, you can look at the draft picks, you can look at the free agent moves, you can look at all this stuff up till I think it was 09. And then you bring in Mark Dominic, and you bring in Raheem Morris. And yeah, they pick up Joe McCoy, and they miss on some other draft picks that could have helped the defensive line. And you look at what they've done from that period forward. There's just not been enough attention paid to the defensive line, in my opinion, throughout those years, those lean years, the years that the Bucs weren't winning. You just didn't have that. It just wasn't there. So I'm right now where I'm at. I'm just like, okay, whatever. Let's I'm good with what they've done, bringing in Vita Vea. The fact that they hit on, and I think what started this gold mine was when they hit on JPP. JPP for a third round pick was incredible. That was a great move, and I think that's what sparked this whole revolution that we saw, because JPP is a once in a lifetime player, and to have him on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers team and see what he's done has been great, and it's been beneficial for all the younger players. Real quick, I do want to shout out the Deck Bar and Grill. The Deck has been down with Bucs Report for the last couple of seasons. If you get an opportunity, go out and check them out. Go out on the internet. If that's a place you want to take the wife, you want to go and hang out a little bit, you want to go somewhere unique that's they've got good food and they make good drinks. The Deck Bar and Grill is a spot you might want to check out. So definitely check them out. And again, that phone number again, 813-358-8154. I would love to hear from you. We are live. Nobody's calling in. I mean, I guess everybody's kind of just hanging out, enjoying things. So yeah, most definitely. And oh, well, you know what? And I'm looking at this is horrible. Shirley, if you're listening, Shirley from Chicago, um, I do want to shout you out. I didn't. You never realize who's listening to this show. So she had some really good comments, and I would love to have. I think She's the one that called in about the way I was doing the Smack Apparel, allows us to give away t-shirts. And so I have 10 questions and you have to answer those 10 questions within 60 seconds. And she was calling in and pretty much critiquing how the game was. And I appreciate her taking the time to call in. That was a lot of fun. So again, thank you so much. But guys, I'd love to hear from you. I think I'll probably be on probably maybe another 5 minutes, but it looks like this is one of those weekends where everybody's just glad to be off of work, glad to get to settle in and really enjoy things and just make the most of your time off. And I totally am with that. But I do want to thank Bucks Report. I do want to thank Smack Apparel again. QB54. I don't know if you guys seen. Have you guys? I don't know if you guys have seen this. If you're tailgaters, if you're football fans that have been uh, playing cornhole, this game right here, QB54. Go to QB54.com. Incredible. This has changed. This is a game changer right here. No lie. This is a game changer for um, replacing cornhole. Because if you're a football fan, you love playing football. Um, it's basically, and I don't know if you guys got a chance to watch me in St. Pete make a fool out of myself. I was hungover and I was out there and you just get out there and throw the football and you can either kick a field goal or you can actually throw the football and score a touchdown. It's a pretty cool game. I think the more exposure it gets, shout out to Mike Silva, who is one of the owners of QB54. And it's kind of cool. Let me see. Give me 1 second. Let me see if I can get him on the phone because I really love this. I think this game is amazing, and I don't think it gets enough. I don't think it's gotten the love that it really should. So hold on. Let's see. So hang in here with me, guys. I may stay on a little bit longer if I can get Mike on here. I'm texting him right now. That's why I say this is the most unprofessional show on Bucks Report. Here we are. We're talking about one thing, and then all of a sudden I get this crazy idea in my head, and I'm reaching out to him right now to see if it's crazy to see if we can get him on here. So stand by for me, and just talk amongst yourself in the chat. I'll catch up with you here in a moment. All right, let's see. He's always down to talk about his game because this game is incredible. Maybe he can give me some, maybe he can, who knows? Maybe he can give me some pointers of how bad I was and how bad it was. Because when we were doing this in St. Pete, it was really bad. Shout out to Ray Kennedy. Shout out to Harry the Greek. You guys really killed it. And I didn't realize just what a freaking athlete my guy Ray Kennedy, Tampa Bay Ray, really is. I mean, the guy, he just I wish you could have been there. We were and again, shout out to Fergs over in St. Pete, right across from the Trop. Great place to hang out. The grouper nuggets were bomb. I really enjoyed it. But yeah, so we were back. We it started raining, and we were like, okay, I don't know if we're going to be able to play this game and really see how it all works out. And so the rain broke. Me and Ray went out there, and let me see if I can. I'm trying to find the video. I've got an actual video clip of how this game works because it's awesome. It really is, and I think that you will really. I think you'll enjoy it. And I thought that somebody sent it to me. So Harry the Greek. Out of bounds. Maybe I'll have to catch it next time. But next time I'll be a lot more prepared because, as you know, I'm unprofessional. But it is what it is. So again, that number 813-358. Jeffrey, you know what? And that's what I love about this show. And I understand your opinion because the guy hasn't been healthy. But if you look at what he did at the first part of the season before his injury, it just makes you think, man, what can this guy do if he's 100% healthy? I know a lot of people, felt the same way about Jason Light. Jason Light missed on picks. He picked a kicker. The 2016 draft was atrocious. But again, he turned it all around when he had the opportunity to. And so, again, I don't know if OJ gets hurt, I think the Bucks move on from him. But, if he's successful, here's a guy that can help this team win. So, Jeffrey, I understand your frustration with OJ Howard. Totally get it. But again, if this is a guy that can come on the field and help the Tampa Bay Buccaneers win and put them in a position to win another Super Bowl, I'm good with that. I can overlook all the injuries and the lack of availability and all that other stuff. If he can help this team win this year, 2021, that's what it's all about, my friend. And that's kind of how I'm looking at our Tampa Bay Buccaneers. But anyway, I was gonna try to get Mike on for QB 54, but hopefully I can be a little bit more proactive here and get to hang out. But I want you guys, if you get a chance, QB54.com. I will be in Tampa at some point I'm not sure which game I'm going to be at, but I do want to interact with you guys. I do want to set this game up. I want to give you guys a chance to win some of these Smack Apparel t-shirts. If you don't know what I'm talking about, go out to smackapparel.com, check it out. Next week, I will have Champa Sports Bae on here with us. And, we're going to do some stuff and give you an opportunity next week. Please call in if you can. And you'll definitely have an opportunity to win a Smack Apparel t-shirt, whether it's Beat Down in the Bay, whether it's the Big Cat, the Vassy shirt, whether it's, one of the back-to-back, because I know that Smack Apparel is working on a back-to-back Stanley Cup shirt. They just have so many different really cool shirts that you can choose from. And right now, one shirt that I am pitching to them, along with myself and Real Bucks Talk Michael Pless, is Wide Ass Open. Because when you look at that wide receiver room, Chris Godwin, Mike Evans, Antonio Brown, Tyler Johnson, Scooter, I mean, you look at that wide receiver room, somebody's going to be wide ass open. And I think that needs to be a t-shirt right there for your Super Bowl champion Tampa Bay Buccaneers. But again, I'm going to go ahead and roll out of here. I know there's not a whole lot going on, and normally we go a whole hour, but again, it's just one of those things. There's not a lot going on, and I want to give you guys back your evening, but I do want to say we're a family, basically. I mean, we've lost all these years, and now everything is coming together where this is a competitive team, and the front office looks good. The players look good. I mean, just everything looks good. Basically, we were staring down at a hurricane on Monday, gave that motherfucker the middle finger, and we just kept on with life, because that's what you do in Tampa, is you just keep it moving. So again, I'm proud of Tampa. I'm proud of Hillsborough County and everything that's going on right now. Nothing but love. Pinellas County too. I guess I should shout y'all out. The Rays are continuing to do what they do. Fuck you, Stu Sternberg. Basically, that's sell the team. Sell the team so I can stay in Tampa and take your ass to Montreal, jackass. But again, I can say that I'm not affiliated with anybody, so I can say that because I really don't like that guy. He is a jackass. But anyway, Champa Bay championships keep rolling in. You guys keep hanging in there. We will have a show. I will be giving out a T-shirt next week. Be sure to call in, and we'll definitely be doing that. And I'll make sure to get that shirt out to you. But anyway, I did want to answer your question. If you could, anyway, I did want you to answer my question. If you could, who do you think would be playing opposite of Winfield Jr. at safety? Hmm. I'm not sure how I would let's see. I actually like the lineup the way it is right now. Did want you to answer. So let me go back. Hold on one second. Let me go back to your question here real quick. I'm not sure. I tell you what. Let me come back. Let me come back to that question. That's a really good question. Let me come back to that question, and I'll definitely have an answer for you next week, and that will be off the top, David Mosher. I appreciate that. If you are following me on Twitter at BucWhatYaHeard, hit me up, DM me, and because I definitely want to get you on next week, man, because I do want to talk about this. I think this is a good topic of conversation. So we will definitely, revisit this. But anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and jump out of here. But I do appreciate you guys, and I will holler at you later.